Hey, what's up, guys? I want to bring you a sold video, show you a lot of what I've been selling. I've actually been selling a lot of the stuff that I found in Tennessee at the Highway 70 yard sale. So, pretty excited about that. Also, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. We've worked out all the kinks with my website. I apologize. Earlier in the week, it was a little tough to bid. We were having, some problems getting the new location rolled out and kind of getting everything functioning properly on the website the way we wanted to. But everything is good to go now. The Westchester auction ends tonight, so be sure to place your bids on that stuff. And the Milford auction ends tomorrow night. And if you guys have not seen yet, we now have a nice, easy way to sort items that will ship. Let me just click on this here. So once you've got all the auctions pulled up, right up here at the top, filter to show items will ship. You just click on that. These are the items we won't ship, 292. These are the items we will ship, 341. So you just click on that, and that will show you all the items that you can bid on if you're not local and you need the items shipped. So nice and easy, and we're trying to get more and more stuff for you guys to bid on that are local than we did before. All right, let's get into this. So on the website, somebody brought these in, and it was just a whole bunch of video game stuff. Like they just had like a humongous box, like a U-Haul, like huge, like extra large size box full of video game stuff. And I had a lot of fun. I was the one that was able to sort it. I really enjoyed doing that, digging through and like finding different pieces and parts and like, finding gems in there every once in a while. So I put all this Xbox stuff together. It was like controllers and remotes and cords and just all kinds of different stuff. And it sold for $28. This is a film and slide digital converter. Somebody got a really good deal on this because these are not cheap and they're really handy. They've got these trays that you put your slides in, and you just kind of can do a bunch at once, and it converts them to digital. It's pretty neat. All right, we've got this Flute up next. I think this is the one that I played in the preview video. Flutes are incredibly hard to play. I learned that. I've never played a flute before, and I had to mess with it for a solid 10 minutes to even get it to make anything that resembled music at all. Very, very tricky. You gotta like rest the thing on your lip, and very, very hard. So if there's any flute players or flutists out there, I tip my hat to you. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. But we had a lot of flutes, and they did all right. Okay, next up, the Dulcimer. This is just a really cool instrument. I've also played this in the preview video, and I learned that I was playing it wrong. You're not supposed to play it like a guitar. It's supposed to be on your lap. You play it, like that. So I learned something, but it did really well. Sold for $46. All right, we keep getting these in, and I keep showing them to you guys because it's a really great bolo. Micro cassette recorders, not only the Sony brand, there's other brands that are worth good money, Olympus. I've sold some other ones too that have done really well. Obviously, if they're sealed, they're going to bring a lot more. This one sold for $48, and I'm pretty sure a reseller bought this, so there was still meat on the bone left for them. This thing is just so cool. And Tony, the guy that does the descriptions and titles and everything, aka comedian Gallagher smashing watermelons mallet. He has fun with the titles, but yeah, that's exactly what this thing is. It looks like something you'd see on the Gallagher show. This thing, I almost killed myself on this thing. I took one step on it, fell right off, flat on my butt, and couldn't walk straight for a couple days. But yeah, this thing had the box and everything, worked great, obviously, because it just took off as soon as I tried to get on it. It sold for $39. I remember when those things were like all the rage a couple years back. This thing was probably the steal of the entire auction. Somebody got an amazing deal on this thing. It's really rare, very unique, very old too. This was a meat carving board. Basically, what you would do is this middle section right here, you'd lift it up, and then put your meat on the tray, and then push that back down, and it would hold it in place so that you could carve the meat. All right, on to some eBay sales. This is a Canon camcorder battery charger. There was one yard sale where I bought like 4 or 5 things, and they were all $1 each, and they were like new chargers and everything. Sold this one for $11, free shipping. The Funai DVD recorder. This is a funky name of a brand, Funai, but their stuff sells really, really well. I've sold some of the recorders for like $200, $250 before. Just an awesome market for them. You don't find that many of them, just a little less common. I paid up for this one. I paid $18, and I sold it for $55 plus shipping. Okay, this TaylorMade 3-wood. I had this for, I think, 2 months, maybe 3 months. It was a little bit rough, had some scuffs and stuff, but it did eventually sell. Gosh, I honestly can't remember what I paid for it. It was probably either $5 or $10, I think. And it sold for $45 plus shipping. This Yamaha multi-track cassette tape recorder, Whitney actually found this at a yard sale. She was going through this neighborhood sale, and then I met up with her and Darcy, and she said, there's a sale at the other end of the neighborhood you should check out. And they've got, the stereo stuff. So I bought this, and I bought another Yamaha piece I'll show you guys later on that I sold. So I paid... What did I pay for this one? I paid $40 for this one, and it sold for $109.99 plus shipping, and it sold pretty quick too. I think it sold in like a week. All right, next up, the Sony Handycam. Gosh, these things are fantastic. I bought this about a month ago. It had everything except for the battery charger, so I had to buy the battery charger. I paid $15 for the camcorder, and then I paid another $10 for the charger on eBay. It was like an aftermarket charger that I bought, but it worked great. Camera worked great. Just a really good sale. I think a lot of people buy these to do like video transfers and stuff. Okay, this little Pioneer remote. This is for a CD player. Picked it up for $1 at a sale. It sold for $11.99, free shipping. Remotes are really good sellers. Sometimes they're long tail, but they're so small they don't take up too much space. Okay, this softball bat, I got this for $4 at a yard sale. No dents, no cracks, in pretty good shape considering its age. This thing's from the 90s, I think. And these power domes, you can see it. At the top it says power dome. That's the TPS, one of their like selling points. These power dome softball bats do really well, especially if there's a name. Like this is Rich's Superior. There's different names on some of these, and they do really well. I took a best offer on this one for $58 plus shipping. This Riddell Helmet, I found this in Tennessee. The guy had a bunch of football gear. He had like shoulder pads and pants, and he really wanted to sell it all together. I'm like, I don't want this other stuff, man. And it was like a lot of back and forth. So we finally agreed on $8. So I paid $8 for the helmet. Sold it for $39.99 plus shipping. It's got that nice gold color to it. So odds are it went to a Notre Dame fan or somebody that's going to put some cool decals on there. This is really cool. This is a Dungeons and Dragons audio adventure, like a CD thing. Had the map, had all the manuals and all that stuff with it. Paid $1, sold it for $20, free shipping, and it sold, I think, the same day I listed it. Another camcorder. This is a Canon. Paid $2 for this. Worked great. Sold it for $39.99 plus shipping. Canons don't usually do quite as well as the Sony camcorders, at least from the ones I've sold. Here's the other Yamaha piece that Whitney found. I paid $10 for this. Sold it for $49.99 plus shipping. This North Face duffel bag. This thing was pretty cool. I didn't even look it up or look up comps or anything. I just, thought it looked cool, and it was big, and it had North Face on it. They were asking $10, but I got it for $5. It's pretty neat. It's got backpack straps, and then it's got like a shoulder strap too. And I put a box in the middle to kind of push it out a little bit for the photo to make it look fuller, just so it didn't look like a little crumpled up bag. I had it listed for $80. Or best offer. I took a best offer of $60 plus shipping. All right, this Nightmare board game, I got this in Tennessee at the Highway 70 sale. I paid $2 for it, didn't look it up or anything, just thought it looked cool. It's actually like a VHS, there's a VHS tape in there, so you put this in your VCR and play along with the game. Horror stuff seems to do good, you know, like Halloween, horror, that type of stuff does well. This game actually sells for around like between like 30 and 40, but I was missing a piece, and it was kind of an important piece, so that's why I listed it for $19.99 plus shipping, but it sold pretty quickly. All right, this Hutch Pro Racer. I showed this in a couple other videos. Found this in Tennessee at the Highway 70 sale. Paid $15 for it, and listening to the advice of John Nevermore Antiques, I decided to put it up for auction. Starting bid of $4.99. It didn't get any bids till like the last 5 seconds, and it got up to $540. So I was absolutely thrilled about that. It was hard to gauge a price on this thing because some of the pieces were original and some of them weren't. But the great part of it is that a local guy bought it. He was like 50 miles away, so he picked it up. I didn't have to ship it or anything. I was really happy about that. So keep an eye out for BMX bikes, guys. I've sold a couple this year and I've done really well with them. Okay, this little Nikon remote control, this is one of the things I got for $1 at that sale with the other cords and stuff. Wasn't a good buy. I thought it would have been worth more being a Nikon accessory. But this is pretty much what they sell for, $7 free shipping, so I might have made $1 or $2 on that one. Okay, this funky thing is a grooming dryer. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was some kind of dryer, but Steve and Steph educated me that it's for grooming, like grooming dogs or pets. And it's freestanding, goes on a table, and it's like directional. You can point it and everything. I think I had this listed for like $140, and somebody wanted it. They said, "Would you do $130 free shipping?" And they were in New York, so it only cost me, I think, about $15 to ship the thing. And I also broke it down. I put it in the listing that I was going to, break it down to ship easier. So down here where it connects at the base, I took that apart, and then I took the side piece off. So there was a couple connections to make, but it made it pack a lot easier. And I paid, before I forget, for that dryer, I paid $30. Okay, this AccuBat, I found this at the same sale as that grooming dryer. Paid $8 for this, or was it $5? I can't remember. Everything's blended together. It was like $5, $8, something like that. Sold it for $29.99 plus shipping. This is like a training thing for coaches. Basically, if they're hitting batting practice to the players, that they can hit balls with this a lot more accurately than just with a bat. So that's why they call it AccuBat. It's almost like a tennis racket for baseball. It's kind of funky. Sold this ink, HP ink. I paid $5 for the lot. Sold it for $17 free shipping. Not a great return on this. I thought it would have sold better because it wasn't expired at all. I think it still had like another year on it. But yeah, they just aren't selling as high as they used to. I think that printer might be phasing out. Not as many people have it. Picked up this radar detector in Tennessee for $2. Sold it for $29.99 free shipping. Didn't have power cords or anything with it because it took batteries. But worked good. Radar detectors are fantastic. If you can find them, pick them up. Some of them are worth hundreds. All right. This Wrestling Ric Flair figure picked up in Tennessee. This was in a huge lot of toys and different things that I bought. Paid $10 for the whole lot and sold this one for $22.99 free shipping. The Super Smash Brothers game I picked up for $1. Disc was in excellent condition. I'm really getting pickier on the discs just because I don't want to spend a lot of time resurfacing and things like that. If it's a really nice game, a high-end game that's going to bring $25, $30 or more, I'll do it. But other than that, it's got to be in pretty good shape. And this one was sold for $18 free shipping. All right, I bought 3 of these Star Trek backpacks maybe 3 weeks ago. Paid $8 a piece. This is the first one I've sold. It brought $30 plus shipping. This Yamaha keyboard, I got this in Tennessee for $3. and it's the Porta Sound series. They've got a lot of different S- something, and they sell really well. I don't think I've ever sold one for less than $30, and I've sold a few over $100. This one I sold for $60 plus shipping. I could have gotten a little bit more for it, but it was missing the battery cover. You can kind of see that photo right there. It's missing the battery cover, so I might have brought another $10 if it had had that, because some people like to play it with the batteries and not the power cord. Okay, these Alias DVDs, I've had these for about a month or so. It was missing season 4, so I think I would have done better if I had season 4, but it's like 1, 2, 3, and 5. Paid $1 a piece for them. They sold for, actually I got a best offer on these. I didn't get the full 35. I took a best offer of 25 with free shipping, but they went media mail, so it only cost me about $4 to ship them, I think. All right, this was a really lucky find. This was at an estate sale. I don't go to that many estate sales because their prices are usually just way too high. They had $60 on this thing, and I was looking at it. It was under a table, and I'm like, "Is that a printer?" And it says copier. I'm like, "That's all it does. It's just copies." So I'm thinking, all right, I'll look it up just to look it up. I'm sure it's not worth anything. And sure enough, I found the sold of $300, and I was like, whoa, I was really, really shocked. So I asked them if they'd take $40 for it. They said yes, and I had kind of peeked inside, and it was mint. Everything was packed perfectly. I mean, this thing had never been pulled out of the box. So yeah, I got it for $40, listed it, sold it within 3 or 4 days for $300 plus shipping. Okay, this Pez dispenser, this is unique because it doesn't have any feet. Most Pez that you see are going to have feet. So you can kind of see there at the bottom it doesn't have the feet. So these are generally worth more money. This one wasn't worth a ton of money. I mean, it generally sells for like 10, 11 bucks. This was just in a box of random stuff I bought at a yard sale. I found it at the bottom, noticed it didn't have feet. I was like, well, we'll throw it on there and see what happens. And it sold for 10 bucks, free ship. It weighed next to nothing, so only cost me $2.66 to ship it. This head cover I picked up for 50 cents. Golf head covers are good sellers if they are a name brand and they're in good condition and they're not too terribly old. So if the club is fairly recent, because most golfers, good golfers anyways, they are hitting, relatively recent clubs. They're not hitting older clubs. And this is a pretty new tailor-made driver head cover. This driver came out maybe 5 or so years ago, I would say. They keep coming out with clubs like crazy. I mean, these club makers put out 2, 3 new drivers a year, and so it's hard to keep up. But yeah, this sold for $18 free shipping. I shipped it in a box because I didn't want the head cover to get real, bent up or anything in a bubble mailer. And it might have cost me an extra like 50 cents with the weight of the box to ship it, but not a big deal. Sold another wrestling figure. This is a Jim Ross. Honestly, I'd never heard of the guy, but I guess this is a pretty rare one. I took a best offer of $40 free shipping, and it went via the global shipping program. All right, this stealth motion sensor. I got 3 of these, paid a total of $5. The box had been opened and kind of damaged. Otherwise, I probably would have got a little bit more money for this one. Sold it for $19.99 plus shipping. This carbon monoxide alarm, I think I got lucky on this one because the yard sale I was at, it had 2 price stickers on it. One of them said $15 and the other one said 50 cents. So I just held it up and looked at the guy and said, "You've got 2 different price tags on this. What do you want to do?" And he's like, "Let's do $1." I said, "Yep, I'll do it." I actually listed this thing this morning, and it sold within a couple hours. $29.99 free shipping. All right, picked up this Bible yesterday for $1 in very, very good condition, especially for its age. This thing's from 1945. No bent pages, no writing, no nothing. Someone offered me $21.99 free shipping, and I went ahead and took it. All right, you cannot make this stuff up. I found this box of tarot cards at the same sale as the Bible. I listed both of them this morning, and they sold right after each other. It was just like one sold and then the other sold, like that fast. And these sold for $19.99 free shipping, and I paid $0.25 for these. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found a few things in here that you can source and make some money on. Please tune into the Reseller 6-pack. It's tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern on Mothership Products channel. And we will be talking about goals that we set 6 months back and following up with that. So I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching.